Yeah, I've realised that, yeah.
Yeah, there's no distance. There's no 93 million miles. There's
No, when I deploy here, it goes right there.
Right.
It's out of space and time.
It is not, right. It is instantaneous.
But I've learnt to deploy from England straight through to the South Pole, slightly off, with a cannon I've got. We get a vortex that starts, and then a second vortex, and I can shove the cold air up to southern Australia and then start to create rains while the team takes it over there. Very similar when Trevor contacted you and he's coming in with Maury, the boat, what was it called? And said,
the Maui, the SS Maui, yeah.
Yeah, and he says, come on lad, take control of this, I'm coming in.
Right.
But this is why I wanted Zoom. I was going to share a video with you and show you that.
Well, you don't need to show me. You don't need to prove anything. I get it.
I'll send you the link to it
anyway.
anyway.
That was one of the things I was going to ask you. How are you deploying from where you are and getting these responses all over the world?
Oh, it's incredible.
You just told me. Right. Okay.
But I like to record everything because somebody will say, are you talking bullshit? Well, explain this.
You know what? Here's the thing. Trevor recorded everything. He filed with NOAA. He did all this stuff. He did everything he possibly could to try and prove it. And nobody gave a damn anyway.
Yeah.
That's exactly...
I haven't attempted to document anything. Okay? All I've tried to do was learn it. Yeah. Okay? So I don't have anything to try and prove anything to anybody.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to prove anything anymore because I already know it. I don't want to prove it to myself, and I don't want to prove it to anybody else.
You prove it to yourself, and that's the only one who really needs to know.
That's enough, yeah.
Yeah, it clutters up your mind space when you're doing a deployment. It's like carrying a camera around a beautiful place. You're constantly thinking, shit, I need to take a photograph of this, and you're not present in it. And you miss out on the experience of the
beauty by thinking you're taking a picture of it. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the camera that wants to experience the beauty. Yeah.
Peter, I've sent you the link to that deployment in a video.
Okay.
And it's on email. If you want to log into your email, it only takes 30 seconds to watch it. But if you see the etheric flow, the solar flare, this is in a solar minimum that NASA had just announced nothing's going to happen for the next month. And it reminded me of Trevor, where you can go on a picnic holiday and then suddenly all hell breaks loose and we've got thunderstorms.
The best thing Trevor ever did was they in LA when he was doing the smog busting operations there in the late 80s, and they brought in like every smog expert to have a big conference in the LA area.
Yeah, I read that.
Smog, and he just shut down the smog, and there was no smog to study. And everybody had flown in, and there was no freaking smog to study that week. It was so funny.
I believe they terminated the meeting early.
The meeting would probably cost $1 million to put together, and it would cost $5,000 to get rid of the smog,
But you know what? Do you not think if Trevor earned £5 million from this and then 10 million, and that would be shortchanging him, literally?
Of course.
Absolutely. We're looking at probably $2 billion to save countries.
But see, nobody wants the powers that be are trying to ruin the earth. They don't want solutions like this demonstrated to the public.
Absolutely. And I'm getting into the demonic, satanic realms and all the dark energy that they are into versus what is positive and good.
Right.
And the ether is their number one enemy.
Well, the thing is, you just have to realize that the ether is can be manipulated either way. It's kind of like the Star Wars movies. There's the Force, and then there's the dark side.
Yeah.
So,
well, have you right, Peter? I met a man called Billy Hayes. He built and designed the HARP station with another team. He built the one in Russia. I can't remember what it's called. Was it called the Cuckoo or whatever it was, a massive wall of transmitters.
Yeah.
And it took kilowatts of energy, megawatts of energy. He built that one. And I'm in a conversation with him. I've got the conversation recorded. And I says, I work in etheric translators. He went, nah, what, you don't, do you? I said, yeah. He says, I ain't got you. He says, what, you're in etheric translators? I went, yeah. He says, you can block ARP. He says, you can stop ARP. I said, I already have. And we did. And that's how we created a super bloom. We deployed translators on HARP and created a super bloom in California 2 years ago. And people were driving out in the thousands looking at flowers across Death Valley in Arizona.
Right, yeah. Yeah, well, I remember that.
That was our team.
Here's the thing, is that when you deal with any of this stuff, okay, there's multiple players on the field when it comes to weather engineering right now, okay? And they're using different methods, but this is the fundamental method that the natural world uses to make weather. Okay, so we're interacting with the understructure of the ether itself. Okay, so there's nothing more powerful than that, except the fact that all of the electromagnetics and all of the radiation, nuclear radiation pollution in the biosphere has denatured the behavior of the ether in some very extreme ways.